Well, good morning, Proniacs. Welcome to this Wednesday edition of Pronoi Mornings. I suppose I could take off my Elmer Fudd hat as I'm done running. So today I was listening to a good book. It's called The Happiness Hypothesis. It's all about why we are happy, and we were talking about love and attachment this morning. I just got done with a 7-mile run. Oh, let me stop the timer here. And it was some intensity running. So what was happening was I did some fast 800s followed by walking the same amount of times as it took me for those fast 800s. So got 7 of those in, so it was about 7 miles with including the cool down. So you'll notice the sun's out really bright today and everything's looking really lively and green or blue depending on what you're supposed to be. But I want to go back to the story that I was talking about, is the happiness hypothesis. They were stating love and attachment and the reasons for that. One standing out point was that people can cause you hell, but people can also cause you heaven. And that's something that is throughout history. So having attachment to people is inevitable, and the way that you see it and your perception of the relationship is what's going to control how you feel about it. Is it heavenly or is it helly? I guess we'll call it. But the main point that I want you to take away is they were talking about post-traumatic stress. And on the opposite side of that, since I'm more optimistic and like to talk about the positive, he was talking about post-traumatic growth. And post-traumatic growth is something that I have never heard before. This was the first concept for me, but it makes sense in my life because the reason that I Googled success and found Jack Canfield's book and started this whole growth process was my own traumatic situation, losing my daughter Lily, our firstborn daughter. And that really hit me hard. I asked myself the questions like, why me? Like most people do after a traumatic situation. But growing through adversity can really help you find out what your capacity is for suffering. And this is what a lot of people show in the positive growth sector and personal development, is that they've been through really, really dark times, and from those traumatic situations, taking out growth, knowing that they can be more, they can have more, they can do more for others, and that they can most of all give more. And that's what they commit their life to. Like Tony Robbins, for example, when he wasn't able to have a turkey on Thanksgiving because his family was so poor, somebody came to his house and delivered him a turkey. And that's what started his whole post-traumatic growth situation, to where now he gives away so many Thanksgiving turkeys to try and help to try and inspire that same fire into somebody else. Mel Robbins is a very similar situation. She had something traumatic happen while she was on a ski trip with her family and turned her into somebody that was dealing with anxiety constantly in her marriage and in her life, and then decided one day, I haven't heard the exact situation of the time and place on which she decided, but she turned it around and now is one of the biggest influencers in the personal development and growth seminar talks in the industry. So post-traumatic growth is something that when something happens to you, you can decide to either grow from it and learn and find the gold in the dirt, or sometimes you can have the post-traumatic stress disorder. So it's not what's supposed to happen, it's out of order. So hopefully you grow through your traumatic situations and the things that you go through in your life. And if you need help, try and dig down inside and find the reason why something could happen to you to maybe make you grow, become stronger, take you through something that maybe nobody needs to know why you have to go through it. So it's not what I say or do, but the way I'm assisting and making you feel you're going to remember. One thing that I really love about listening to Mel Robbins' Coffee Talks recently is at the end she says, if nobody tells you today, I want to let you know that I love you and I believe in you. So have a great day.